There's been a lot of buzz over the last few weeks about strange sounds being heard in the atmosphere. People around the world and here at home have reported hearing some bizarre noises.
Some strange noises heard around the world the last few weeks has people buzzing, especially on YouTube. Clips posted from Arizona to England and right next door in Manitoba, all showing folks alarmed by what sounds like a noise straight out of a science fiction flick.
They've happened here and across the country. Mysterious booming noises that for the most part have gone unexplained.
Despite the cost, however, NASA does need to test these engines once in a while. So they built this place, in the wetlands of Mississippi. The first thing they installed was a huge loudspeaker, through which they played white noise to simulate the sound of a rocket. The first thing they installed was a huge loudspeaker, through which they played white noise to simulate the sound of a rocket. They even had to move 5 cemeteries, because the noise they were planning on making would wake the dead. Don't worry if you can't hear what I'm saying. I couldn't even hear myself. This is the loudest sound you could possibly conceive. And, as it turns out, the cleanest. Now, the most amazing thing is that that cloud up there, which was generated by the engine, is just a mixture of hydrogen and oxygen. It's water vapor. And in about an hour's time, someone in Mississippi is going to get wet washing. It will actually rain. I told you! It's raining! That's unbelievable!
He described this program of spraying chemical trails at high altitudes in so-called commanded airspace, where commercial flights are routed around and beneath tanker airplanes belonging to the U.S. Air Force.
The theory is that chemtrails are being used in conjunction with HAARP. By spraying metal oxides into the air above enemy skies, then directing ELF waves from HAARP to heat those metal oxides, the temperature of the sky is raised to more than 100 degrees Fahrenheit, preventing the accumulation of water vapor that would otherwise form clouds and produce rainfall. The ELF waves HAARP produces bounce off the ionosphere and are able to curve around the Earth over the horizon to the ground, making any point on the globe well within reach.
Ou HAARP, dirigé conjointement par l'armée de l'air et la marine des États-Unis. L'objectif de ce projet? Des recherches en communication. Mais pour nombre de scientifiques à travers le monde, dont le détenteur du brevet, ce programme a une autre capacité plus insidieuse. Une manipulation expérimentale de l'atmosphère dans le but de contrôler le climat. Bien que d'apparence banale, les capacités de ce réseau d'antennes sont incroyables. HAARP fait partie du nombre limité d'appareils capables de chauffer l'ionosphère terrestre. L'ionosphère est une couche supérieure de l'atmosphère composée de particules chargées et située à 144 km au-dessus de la surface de la Terre. Ces particules chargées ont une fonction très importante pour la planète. Elles détournent et absorbent les particules mortelles éjectées par le Soleil. Sans l'ionosphère, la vie telle qu'on la connaît disparaîtrait de la surface de la Terre. Mais cette première conception est le plus grand radiateur ionosphérique du monde. Il peut chauffer plus de 1000 km² d'ionosphère jusqu'à 50 000 degrés.
C'est aussi un système à réseau phasé, ce qui signifie qu'on peut rediriger et l'orienter vers la destination voulue. Vous pouvez envoyer ces ondes où vous le voulez. Ce qu'ils ont découvert, c'est qu'en envoyant des radiofréquences dans l'ionosphère et en la ciblant comme ils le font avec ce type d'instrument, ils obtiennent un effet de réchauffement. Et ce réchauffement soulève l'ionosphère dans un diamètre de 50 km, ce qui modifie les systèmes de pression localisés et peut-être même le trajet des jet streams. Le fait de détourner un jet stream est un accomplissement monumental pour l'homme. Le problème, c'est qu'on ne peut pas régler le système correctement.
Les conséquences du réchauffement de l'ionosphère sur le long terme sont inconnues.
La modification du climat à un endroit peut avoir un effet catastrophique sur le reste de la planète.
HAARP a déjà été accusé de modifier le climat. En 2000, un article publié dans le Scientific American a révélé qu'un changement dans un jet stream au-dessus de Gacona en Alaska avait poussé les vents froids vers le sud, provoquant l'apparition d'une tornade en Floride. Les probabilités pour que HAARP soit utilisé comme arme de guerre s'amenuisent.
Imaginez que vous êtes face à une armée de 100 000 personnes et que vous avez la capacité de provoquer une inondation, un orage ou les pires conditions climatiques pendant des semaines, voire des mois. Vous pouvez facilement diminuer leur force.
Mais cette arme multi-usage a d'autres propriétés extraordinaires. En utilisant la manipulation ionosphérique, elle peut brouiller la radio et les communications cellulaires de l'ennemi. Elle peut également servir à repérer, différencier et détruire les missiles ennemis.
C'est à ça que vont ressembler les guerres du XXIe siècle.
People living in the Australian town of Mooloolaba woke up on Monday to find parts of the small beach town in the state of Queensland covered in foam. The rough weather whisked through the Sunshine Coast and whipped up foam from the ocean. Central Queensland's already borne the brunt of tropical cyclone Oswald, with torrential rain and destructive winds bringing flooding and tornadoes to the east coast and inland.
Oh look, there's a wave. Oh, there's a car! What a dickhead.
Broke glass in these homes, smashing right through the walls.
It just busted through a door over here!
The ice was pushed ashore by strong winds. Now look at the terrifying wave from above. At times it climbed to 3 feet deep.
It's going right through their house!
It's called an ice heave, and it happened in Manitoba, Canada this weekend too, where an incredible tsunami-like wave of ice destroyed a dozen two-story homes.
Accepting the urgency, it seems clear to me also that climate change is a problem we can no longer be left to a future generation. God bless America.
Hidden Magnetic Portals Around Earth. Presented by Science at NASA. A favorite theme of science fiction is the portal, an extraordinary opening in space or time that connects travelers to distant realms. A good portal is a shortcut, a guide, a door into the unknown. If only they actually existed. It turns out that they do, sort of. And a NASA-funded researcher at the University of Iowa has figured out how to find them. X-points are where the crisscross takes place. The sudden joining of magnetic fields can propel jets of charged particles from the X-point, creating an electron diffusion region. To learn how to pinpoint these events, Scudder looked at data from a space probe that orbited Earth more than 10 years ago.
Transporter un électroaimant de 60 tonnes destiné au Centre européen de recherche nucléaire à Genève n'est pas une petite affaire. Morat et Coppet auront été les étapes les plus difficiles de la randonnée du monstre qui l'a conduit du port de Bâle jusqu'à Genève où l'attend le cyclotron géant du CERN.
Mysterious sight in the skies over Norway early this morning. A never-seen-before spiral of white light. Some said it had a blue tail. Norwegian newspapers have been bombarded with people who claim to have seen it. Question is, of course, what was it? Now, some of the guesses range from a Russian missile, which Russia is denying, by the way, to a comet or some other type of object.
Which one's which, but in either case, the pentaquark is where 5 quarks are tightly bound together, something called the greater ritual of the pentagram. And if you look at this, it's in the Book of Magic, Book 4, and it begins with the Kabbalistic cross, which you start with the touch of the forehead, then the touch of the heart, right shoulder, left shoulder, and then clasp the hands upon the breast. And there are different things you're supposed to say at each of these positions. Then you face east, and you invoke the pentagram spirit, and you make the sign of a portal, and you make the invoking pentagram of air and vibrate, and there's this whole involved process with the whole ritual. Now, one last thing before I go here, the pentagram ritual, the pentagram consists of 5 elements: earth, air, water, fire, and spirit. And what I find interesting is that biblically, there is a prerogative from Colossians 2:8. Let me read for you 2:8 and then also 2:20.
Une sensation de chaleur immédiate et insupportable. À 750 mètres de là, un opérateur vient d'émettre un puissant rayon électromagnétique. Invisible, inodore et totalement silencieux, il provoque à chaque fois une réaction identique.
C'est comme ouvrir la porte d'un four et ressentir en même temps une sensation de piqûre du sternum jusqu'au cou. Et quand c'est arrivé au cou, instinctivement, je me suis écarté.
Ce dispositif développé par l'armée américaine depuis 15 ans n'est encore qu'un prototype. Côté santé, l'armée assure que les ondes ne pénètrent pas la peau au-delà d'un demi-millimètre et que tout risque de surexposition est impossible.
More now of our special coverage here tonight, life in the U.S. in 10 years' time. By that time, there may be all kinds of new ways to safeguard and identify all those things that make each of us unique, our faces, even our fingerprints, even our eyes. Here now with more on the future of technology, NBC's Tom Costello.
The year is 2017. You're rushed to a hospital unconscious with no ID or medical history, but thanks to a microchip under your skin, it's all there. Science fiction 20 years ago, but a biometric reality today.
The technology is based on answering one simple question. Am I who I say I am?
Experts say that technology is here now. The challenge is to safeguard our privacy in a brave new world.
Nos indica una forma distinta de medir el éxito. A nosotros nos corresponde sembrar y Dios ve los frutos de nuestras fatigas. Si alguna vez nos pareciera que nuestros esfuerzos y trabajos se desmoronan y no dan fruto, tenemos que recordar que nosotros seguimos a Jesucristo, cuya vida, humanamente hablando, acabó en un fracaso, en el fracaso de la cruz. Para el seminario.